Hi, everybody. My name is David Ebenbach, and I am here today dropping this video to share with you just a little bit of my new novel, Possible Happiness, which is out in the world as of September 10th from Fitzroy Books. This is a book about a character named Jacob, who is a loner teen who accidentally unlocks himself a social life with his sense of humor, for better and for worse. And I'm going to read you a short scene that takes place in one of these row houses back in West Philly. The book is set in 1989, and that's where this is happening in West Philadelphia. So here he goes, calling a girl. Jacob is calling a girl that he has a bit of a crush on. It took a few tries to reach Willow because her phone was busy for a while. Each busy signal felt like someone put weight on him or in him, and he almost gave it up. But then he finally got through. Willow herself picked up. Jake, she said. She sounded really excited. Oh my gosh, it's so good to hear from you. Before he could stop himself, Jacob found himself saying, Really? So good, she said. Even on the phone, it felt like she was reaching out and grabbing his arm. That was one of the things about Willow. When she focused on you, it was like you were completely there. All the busy signal weight was gone. Well, it's really great to talk to you, he said. Wow, she said. I've been on the phone for like 2 hours straight. That was not the best news for Jacob, but he fielded it as well as he could. Me too, he said. Really? She asked. Yeah, I was just talking to my sister. She's at college. Wow, college, she said. That's got to be really fun. Where does she go? Cornell. For sure, she said. New York. Right, he said. Ithaca. It does seem really fun. Yeah. He said, I guess that's going to be us in a couple of years. At this point, realizing with terror that he was way off script, Jacob was turning and turning, binding himself in the spiral phone cord. Yeah, wow, she said. Can you even imagine? I bet you want to go somewhere where you'll be able to dance, Jacob said. He stopped turning. That segue had been brilliant. For sure, she said. Sometimes I think I maybe don't even want to go to college. Maybe I just want to go dance. I think that could be what I'm meant to do. She paused for a second before adding, Is that crazy? No way, Jacob said, though, in fact, skipping college was not something that would have occurred to him, and actually he thought maybe it could be a little crazy for a person to not go, but maybe not when Willow said it because she was operating on that other plane and everything. It sounds cool, he said. Thanks, she said with a sigh. There was a moment of silence, so Jacob charged in with, So you're a vegetarian? Because it was all he had. Luckily, Willow was happy to talk about that. She had been a vegetarian since she was 4, apparently. Her parents had read her a book about farms, and somehow that one book woke her up to the fact that these were living creatures and didn't even remember what meat tasted like anymore, though she was pretty sure from looking at it that it tasted disgusting. Like hamburger? She said. I can't believe hamburger. Yeah, Jacob said. He liked hamburger. Because that was alive and now it's chopped up into bits. Do you know what I mean? She sounded almost tearful. When Willow got sad, he saw it was because of some real thing in the world, not because of nothing. For sure, Jacob said. That notion, alive to chopped up, really was kind of profound when you thought about it. That's a good point. From there, they talked a while longer about meat having once been alive, and she talked a little about factory farms, which definitely did sound like horrible places. And he talked about working at the zoo and the different animals he liked. And she laughed at some of his stories, which was like being showered with flowers or something. And then in the background, there was the sound of Willow's mother's voice asking her to get off the phone. So she said, Jake, I have to go, unfortunately. It was so nice to talk to you, though. Yeah, totally, he said. See you tomorrow? Definitely, she said, and then they said goodbye and hung up. Jacob sat down right where he was, in the kitchen, next to the wall phone, only partly tangled in the cord. His whole body was on high alert, like he had just survived a tornado or a shark attack. Barely. It was so nice to talk to you, she had said. It was so nice to talk to you. He replayed that line a few more times in his mind. It was like music. But of course, he remembered the dumb things too. Why had he told that story about the bossy parent who stepped in the pony poop? Why didn't he know enough about dance to ask even one real question about it? Despite himself, Jacob could feel those thoughts piling up, but he forcefully shook himself free of that because he really didn't want to go in that direction. She liked his stories. It had been so nice to talk to him. That was the point. Jacob sat on the speckles of the linoleum and repeated the music of that for quite a little while, holding on to it for as long as he could. So that's all I'll give you for now, but the book is available and hope that intrigues you. Take care, everybody.